All right, let's see if that comes back. That is so weird. All right. As usual, I had to go reset the chat for YouTube and chat. Okay. Okay. So if you guys are back up, let me know. Let's see if that saves the stream. I don't know. It shows that I'm at a constant speed, but it's kind of weird. I don't know what happened because this is still goes through another server, which is called Mob Crash. That kind of restrings it out. So sometimes if Mob Crash server is weird, it doesn't go through. So like I was saying, this thing is supposed to have cinnamon, ginger, and spice. That's why it's giving it so much spiciness. But this, they also say this prune. I don't taste the prune in here. Because I eat a lot of prune. And I just don't taste the prune. I don't taste the prune. Maybe this cigar though. So we have 5 YouTube on the side, and then sometimes they show, sometimes I don't. So I had to. Here we go. Here we go. I see. Hey everyone, just now. All right. So yeah, here we go. Had to switch to YouTube. No, both were acting up. I think both were acting up, but hey Juan. Both are acting up for today. I don't know. Could be everybody's doing a stream today, or something's up. But welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Now, Twitch removed the function to have a chat room. That I can tell you. Twitch removed the function to have an individual chat room, but you can chat on the stream. So that's possible. You can chat on the stream. You just cannot do the individual chat room anymore. So something like this is still okay. You can still chat in the chat room, in the stream, but that they're removing that individual chat room, which is for like when you are off, when you're not on the stream, you can continue to chat, and that's what they're removing because nobody was chatting in the chat room when the stream is not there. Now I want to see if I can finish the cigar before 11 today, and I gotta give pipe tobacco another try, but we'll see. I can see the comments on my TV, but not the phone. Weird. But you can see it from here. So, what else is new? What else is new? Shopping for cigars. I've been shopping for cigars. I try to shop from Corona Cigar, and I look online, especially I think somebody posted. I can't remember who posted. Michael Damon Martin or something like that. I can't remember who posted about the Andalusian Bowl deal. I went on that, and then obviously I was looking for other cigars too, and then I came about that the Newman's America cigar. I looked at it, and I was very tempted to buy it, but it was $16. Is that how much you guys bought that cigar for? $16. I don't know if it's worth it. Here's the thing. $16 for that cigar, it didn't look like it's $16 cigar. It looks more like a $10 cigar. When I saw $16, I was like, maybe. Then I browsed through the catalog of all the cigars and stuff like that. I'm not saying that they don't have good deals, but some of them are actually very overpriced for an online store. I don't know if that's just me. Some of their price for Corona cigars is actually quite high. I don't know if it's just me. if it's just me. But then again, I look through other brands and stuff like that. I just didn't think that they are that good of a deal. You know, they are that. I don't know if they are that good of a deal. So I didn't end up purchasing it. And the code that they use, that they Turkey, I typed in it, it doesn't work. So I end up not buying anything. You know, I was thinking to, you know, spend another maybe $200 on cigars before the Cyber Monday ends. So I just had to look through what I want to get. It should make no difference, Chapin, because you can chat on both sides. Yeah, I didn't think that was worth 16, so I didn't end up pull the trigger on it. Even though I buy cigar that's much more expensive than that, it just didn't feel like it's a $16 cigar. You know, I'm not saying the design wasn't good or the embellishment wasn't there. It was there. It looks good, but in my mind, I was thinking that was a $10 cigar. And it's hard to get over that. Like when you think a cigar is worth certain prices, and then you go see the actual prices, a lot of time you'll actually go, oh, it's not worth that, so I'm not gonna buy that to try it. Because I haven't tried it yet. For a $16 cigar, I haven't tried that brand, period. So it's hard for me to pull the $16 to try it. Especially when the code doesn't work. If the code worked, I'd probably just say, yeah, whatever, you know, I'll buy it anyway. But the code didn't work. The code didn't work. That's a problem for it. That's a problem. You know, I think their code goes with how often you purchase from them. Like if you purchase enough of them, they give you a code or something like that. But I didn't like that kind of practice. I feel like a code is a code, you know. Even though when you gotta give a discount, you give it to everybody, right? Kind of thing. So the next step is I need to talk to obviously Cigars Daily to see if there's any other deal we can work on, because I haven't get to talk to Tim because of holiday season. I know he's busy. I didn't want to bother him, and obviously you guys know Cigar Mechanic is very busy. He's very busy, so I haven't had a chance to talk to both of them. And I'm one of those guys that, like, you know, if I try to resolve something, try to get something done, I like to get it done within the hour. I don't like to waste time. Like you guys know, that it's like a habit, you know. If I travel to another place to go talk to my client, especially something like China, I want to get back on the plane as quick as I can. So I have this habit. Like if I want to get, if I sit down and I want to take care of that, I want to be able to take care of it right away. And I know that right now, if I text them, I'm not gonna get a response until the end of the day. So that's why I haven't worked on it yet. But then again, if you really have to think about it, everybody's wallet is tight right now. Everybody's wallet is tight right now. It's kind of pointless to work out a deal, a short-term deal where nobody can take part in, right? You wouldn't want a short-term deal where nobody can take part in. So that's why I haven't done anything yet. But I'm pretty sure I can work something out for the 1 year anniversary. So I'm just gonna literally talk to Tim. It's like, hey, it's 1 year anniversary of Shadow Smokes Legion. Give us a new code. You know, that's probably something I would do. All right. And recently, I think this is the dumbest thing, but I think it's fun. So I found a way to make scratch tickets. There's actually a way to make scratch tickets. I'm thinking whether or not to make that kind of thing for the group, just for to raise money for the group, is to sell dollar scratch tickets. And literally that scratch ticket will have prizes. So you will buy the ticket at like $1, all right? And some of them will be like, try again. Some of them will be like, you want something. You guys think that's a good way to it was something that you guys would like to play or not? Because what happens is obviously it will cost initial cost to make the card and put the scratch material on top. But is it worth it? That's the question. That's the question. I wanted to have more ways to, you know, throughout the year that we can win something, but in a more controlled fashion. Like I actually know, you know, like when I do on-screen stuff, we're using the random like generator, and that'll tell you the type of word the first person gets it, that kind of thing. We're randomized. But I think having something physical makes it more fair. That's why I'm like, should I make something like that? Or that would go something like every time you buy a swag, you get one of those tickets. You know, try to you know, add value. Obviously, you guys know Shadow Smoke Legion is not a company, and we're so deep in the red that I think the Red Sea looks like white to us. Okay, we are red, as much red as you can think of, and it's crazy. But you know, I wanted to be able to do more, especially next year, and then, you know, kind of start prepping for 2021. 2020, I want to spend, you know, more time to organize that 2021. So it will be something that I wanted to be able to start raising money for, but at the same time we have other stuff too. We have all the other stuff. We have Cigars for Warrior, we have the train, we have, you know, obviously other group buy, which I don't know what's gonna happen. I just feel like there's a limit of what we can do, but spare a couple dollars is actually not that bad, kind of thing. And in terms of the shows, here's the thing. I might be moving back full time on YouTube, just to avoid some issues and here and there, because it seems like lately the way I broadcast has no problem with YouTube. So which one do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer to be on YouTube, or do you guys prefer to be on Twitch? You know, I just want to use one software rather than two. Even though this one is pretty good because you get both. If one side doesn't work, you can go the other side. I just wonder which one works better for you guys. I know that majority of people can stream the YouTube on TV, but what am I drinking? I'm drinking the usual stuff: passion fruit green tea with IU Jello. It's almost my like weekly routine now. Either? Okay. Yeah, I might move directly back to YouTube just so that it's easier to just do one thing. Now, I remember the biggest problem is that I couldn't get the chat to show up on the side. Like, you guys don't see, you guys see this, but I actually have a chat right at the corner of my screen where I can read the words better. But I think if I set it up correctly, I might be able to do YouTube again. It might be easier for some of you to be able to view prior videos and stuff like that. Even though it's on both sides right now, you know, it just depends. It just depends on like how good do you guys think either one is. But YouTube is kind of backing down on everything else. And you know, at first I thought YouTube is muting swears. Okay, I thought YouTube was muting swears, and I wasn't kidding. You know, the reason why I think YouTube was muting swears because I was watching one of my friends on Taiwan. He's also a YouTuber, and he's doing his show, and he swears like every 2 sentences. All right, he's literally every 2 sentences "fuck your mom." Literally every 2 sentences in Chinese. All right, and I realized that one particular video, I hear nothing. There was no swear that entire video. All right, and that because usually, like you guys, I will leave the screen on and I'll listen to it, but not actually looking at it while doing something else. and I did not hear any swear. So I look up and I saw his mouth go, and there was nothing coming out. It's because he had a serious, like a whole 15-second worth of swears going on while he's bitching about something. So I was like, wait, did they just mute his swears? You know, like he was cursing, he was going everywhere, but there was no sound. And I looked at a few other videos that was doing that. So I actually thought that they muted that. But then that was only that one specific day. So I wasn't sure if they were testing out something. Because I don't want my swear to get muted. If I want to curse, you know, if you want to say, motherfucker, I want that to come out, you know, because I'm one of those guys that believe that if it's in the dictionary, it's a word that you can use. You know, that's part of the freedom of speech, right? If it's in the word, if it's a word in the dictionary, you should be able to use it. Now, I'm not implying that I should be using the N-word, because in a way, I don't think anybody should be using the N-word. Now, let's be honest. There are sometimes in private, you probably use the N-word. Either try to sing a song that they use the N-word in there, or as a joke or whatever, you know. But if it's in the dictionary, why wouldn't you use it, right? I mean, I'm always, you know, a lot of friends that I talk to, this might be political. A lot of friends I talk to, I'll always talk to me, it's like, hey, shouldn't Asian get a free pass? Shouldn't Asian get a free pass? And I would think that's yes. But, you know, they still get offended by hearing it, right? In Taiwan, none of them know what that means. There's nobody in Taiwan or Asia or China knows what N-words mean. All right, that literally they will sing the song and follow that exact word. There's no censored version or explicit version of a song, right? When you hear the song, any of those rap songs in Asia, it's all explicit. That word comes out. And none of the Asians know what that means, but they were singing on the street. I literally heard it one time when I was walking in the street of China, and I literally look over and say, oh my God, did somebody just say that word? You know, it's almost like a muscle memory. When you hear it, it's like, oh my God, did somebody just say that word? I looked over, a Chinese guy tried to sing that song. And literally every 2 sentences that N-word. And it was like, oh my God, they were singing the song. But then I realized that there is not one black person in the street that will tell you can't sing that song like that. You know, over here, obviously it's offensive, but at the same time, when black people were slaves, so are Asians. We're treated like slaves back in the days. So I don't know. Do Asian gets a free pass? What do you guys think? Should we get a free pass? Oh yeah, the icon. If you use a YouTube, you won't be able to use that icon. But what do you guys do? What do you guys think? Just because you vote for yes does not mean that you condone anybody using the N-word, but do you think Asians should get a free pass to use that word? Which means that, you know, when we sing a song, can we not have to mute it? What do you guys think? Is that yes or no? YouTube's gotta just cut me off on this one right away now. What do you guys think? Come on, I know one of you guys has the guts to answer that question. No? No one? No one? No one's like, I don't want to get into that. Might as well get a free pass. I heard Asian use it before. Asian use it all the time. Because that N-word, if we say it, in Chinese, exact pronunciation means that. Alright, literally means quote unquote that. So when we see that thing, we see the N-word every single time. You just don't know. That's the thing. The problem with free speech is that you deal with the consequences. And I really don't want to eat a punch by a black person. Okay? I don't care how big they are or how small they are. I don't want to eat a punch. It's gotta be tough. It's like, why do you make a song where the rest of America is not supposed to sing it? Right? Is there any rap song that doesn't no, with the exception of Macklemore and something like Slim Shady, every other song, the explicit version, will have that word. Right? Every song like that, the rap song, will have that word in there at least 15 times. So now I know there are some people that will literally sing the song and just blank out themselves, but it's just like, how do you sing a song if you can't say the word? It's tough. It's tough. How do you do that? How are you supposed to sing the song? Why make a song where nobody can not, like, no one is allowed to sing the word? Say either a hard R at the end. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. You can't even see. You can't even say the word with the hard R at the end. Can you even say the word with the hard R at the end? Just the first half of it came out. It's already bad. I don't know. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. And in terms of Black Friday buying, I swear to God, man, everybody's asking. Even my brother is like, bro, when you gonna buy a new car? Like, I'm not kidding. He literally texted me today. Let me see what time he texted me. Everything I tell you guys, I have evidence, okay? He says, at 12:02 today, he asked me when I'm gonna go buy a new car. I don't really want to show it, but he asked me when I gonna buy a new car, and he asked me when I buy a new Porsche, literally, today. And I was like, nah, I'm not buying a new car today. Like, you know, everybody's just expecting me to buy a new car. So Black Friday, I didn't buy much. I bought sticker. I bought some more stuff for the raffle. I bought my wife a bunch of presents. I did not buy anything particularly in technology. I did thought about buying a black curtain for the background because, you know, obviously you guys don't want to see my background, but I have to say, you guys should be used to my background by now, right? This setup, you guys are used to it. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm just someone that want to chat, so I don't think it really matters. So I end up not buying it. That curtain cost like $100-something. Like, what? Curtain? I just paint this whole entire thing black. It'll be fine. What, 7 people in Twitch? Identify yourself. Where is the 7 people on Twitch? Like, sometimes I see the number, I was like, there's no way there's 7 people on Twitch. You know what's funny though? Every time I go up, first thing my wife asks me is, how many people is in your show today? I was like, I don't know, 10. There were times where, like, how many people is in that show? 1. She's like, really? I was like, yeah, 1. Half asleep. I sent $5 with my mom to get me a new coffee pot on Black Friday. My son broke my French press. Sad. Ah. Half asleep. Why half asleep? Well, while we're at it, let's talk about... We talked about the cigar industry. We talked about how inefficient it is, things are going on right now. We talk about politics in Asia. Well, right now, Asia, China sent over their special force to Hong Kong. Stand by right now. If you don't know that, I don't know if America reported that news, but China has sent over their special forces to Hong Kong. Stand by. And even though it's against their own law to forcefully detain citizens of Hong Kong using their special forces, because that's technically war, civil war, right? So they still did it. They sent over what's really funny is they asked those special forces over there to stand by and literally just do nothing. And so they send a picture of those special forces wearing basketball shirts, right? Like, we're just hanging out here playing basketball, but the truth is that they're telling you all the special forces in Hong Kong right now. And I think the stock tanked like no tomorrow, because I think there was a Hong Kong human right bill that got passed in the US, which I don't understand why US is passing that law. Instead of passing a law that affect the people here, they passed a law that affect the people in Hong Kong. Do you really want to get into another country's politics? That's kind of weird. Right? I personally think it's weird for any country to pass a law about another country. Right? It's like passing a law that says, I don't think Italy should ever serve pizza anymore. So let's pass a law that says, yeah, the Italy government is not allowed to eat pizza. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. So I can understand why Chinese government is pissed about that, because I would be too. If that I say that's my country, another country passed a law that says you are not allowed to do anything to your own people, or else we pass a law. That did not make any sense to me. That did not make any sense to me. Now, if you don't know their 5 demands in Hong Kong, you might think that, you know, the protest is justified. But if you read the 5 demands, you're like, what were you asking for, kind of thing. They obviously want voting right in laws and all that stuff, just like America. So there was like a very famous argument between 2 entertainment field people. They were arguing about why the government is wrong, and they say that Hong Kong should be like America, where every law had to go through people, which I don't think there isn't. None of the law you vote for. When's the last time you vote for a law? When's the last time you vote for a law? You didn't, right? The politicians does, right? The politicians, rep the people and they decide a law. They want the people to be able to vote for laws, right? They want the people to be able to vote for politicians to be in office, which that I can kind of understand. But here's the thing. When British government has control over Hong Kong, none of the politicians, none of the people in office seats are voted by the people. They were picked. They were handpicked by the British government. All right. So China did it this way. It says, here's the candidates. You can choose which candidate you want, but these are the candidates. Now, that's like a step forward from the British section of it, like how British ruled them, and by giving them that one step forward, Hong Kong's are saying that no, that's bad, that's horrible. We don't want that. We want better than that. But none of them ever had a riot about how British people ruled them. That blows my mind. How do you get to like, oh, ever since China take over, our life sucks. But at the same time, if you look at it, it's like, wait, you actually got more. And I'm not saying Chinese government is any good. Obviously, they are doing something that no other country has ever done. Right? There is not one country that has ruled another country separately. Right? There isn't one. There isn't one. There's not one country that says, let's say we also have Guam, and then like let's rule Guam with a separate government, let them do whatever they want, and they have their own system. That doesn't happen, right? Or else we will have rule Hawaii so differently. Hawaii is a money pit, okay? They don't make money. They have like crap GDP. Their entire income for the government is literally tourism, and literally they cost U.S. government more money than they earn. All right. So if U.S. government can go, hey, we gotta let Hawaii rule by that queen of theirs separately, but for us, that didn't happen, right? We had to still rule part of America. So they're doing something that nobody knows how to do. who knows how to rule a country two separate ways, right? It doesn't work. It's more like alliance than anything. So they try to rule the country separately, and that people don't like it. Don't like it. Well, that's the thing. I know the protest people is expecting international support, but no country knows how to support you because none of them knows how it's supposed to be done. Nobody knows how it's supposed to be done. I don't know how it's supposed to be done. You don't know how it's supposed to be done. No other country done it before. So this is you know, in this case, do you think they'll ever win for that 5 demands? I really don't think they'll ever get that 5 demands ever, because just the way the country will literally have to be independent, and China cannot handle that. They're like, nobody should be independent. You're part of China, period. You know. You know, my mother-in-law always talk about that. She always think that Chinese government is good, and I always think that Chinese government is bad. That's the thing. Like, you know, we always have that verbal, friendly conversation that end up screaming at each other all the time over Chinese government. You know. They want absolute power, which I agree. I think they want absolute power, but at the same time, they have to keep their promises too. Because when they take over, they say we'll rule the country separately, right? We'll just call your zone a special zone, right? Like, you know, a special zone that has its own government structure. But nobody has done it before. So they make rule as they go. Now, the reason they had to make the extraditing rule is because they obviously want to have control over their criminal system, right? Which I think is kind of scary thing. But if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. Like, shouldn't US has that power? Let's say, for example, a criminal went to Hawaii for federal charges, like federal crime. If they get caught in Hawaii, shouldn't you extradite that to where the crime happens? You do, right? So they tried to do that, except I think the way they rolled out is kind of forceful, and nobody liked it. But how did that end up to be voting for your own on your own government came about? Like, that's a totally separate thing, right? That has nothing to do with how this started. They just end up with wanting more, which is like the same thing as that air company that I talked about, the Taiwanese airline, EVA airline. They had a protest, right? They boycott. They don't want to work, and their thing was for the safety of the workers. But then all their demand has nothing to do with safety of the worker. It has to do with like raise their money and all that stuff, more benefit, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, their argument wasn't the original argument, and in the end they lost. I mean, right? In the end they lost because what they demand wasn't what the reason or the demanding came from. And I think the Hong Kong case right now is that what they're demanding has nothing to do with how that happened. And I see that a lot of international support, and it's just that, you know, I don't know what to say to them, because you're supporting something that wasn't the problem. Like, that wasn't the problem when it started with. Now they want more rights, but it wasn't the problem. It wasn't the problem. So how are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to deal with that? Hey, Martin Amaya, he's back. I thought you were on a date. Go back to on your date. Go back to on date. I do not want to get murdered by your wife. Go back on your date. Enjoy your pool. Have a couple drinks. Oh, your date is over. That's why. Did she just say, I have to go, my husband's calling? You know, dating is a funny thing. But I guess that would be a long discussion for other time. But because once I go into the dating science, it's crazy. Do you think Chinese people has conquered nation mentality and they don't truly understand absolute freedom? I don't. Here's the thing though. Freedom isn't free. What we perceive as freedom isn't freedom. Do you think America is absolute freedom like you described? Right? Do you really think that American freedom, like for example, the right to bear arms, that's your freedom to bear arm, right? You can arm yourself, you can buy guns, whatever. But under the supervision of the police, your local police department, you had to go get a license. Is that a freedom or a privilege? Because they can literally not allow you to carry on. So now that's not freedom anymore, right? You had the freedom to travel across state to state without being molested and bothered and harassed. And that's one of the things, right? But no, because they can stop you at any time and make a rule. There's always, so freedom is not really free. It's what we perceive to be freedom, right? We can say whatever we want, yeah, but at the same time, when you get arrested, anything you say will be used in the court of law against you. So it's not really freedom, right? We have the freedom to vote, probably. We have what freedom do we have that any other country don't? America is definitely not the most freest place. Now, in terms of their words of freedom, I think for Chinese people, freedom means you can live. You can live. If you have money, you can buy stuff. You can choose what to buy. You can choose who to marry or divorce. You can choose to date. You can choose to go to any restaurant to eat. That's freedom. Anything else is not freedom. And at the same time, I can ask you the same thing. What kind of freedom does US have and China doesn't? Right? And that will be a hard one because it's hard to... Stacy tried to drunk walk to the corner store, telling Taiwan, Stacy, this is what a husband is for. You turn over and tell Martin and go, hey, go grab me the stuff in the corner store. Go now. That's how you use a husband, okay? This is how my wife used me. She's like, you know, it's 9 p.m. She goes, I don't have gas for tomorrow. Go pick me up some gas. All right, okay, yes, I will go drive and get gas. Right? You want wings? Martin, go get some wings and go get some burritos. Get Martin to go pick it up. You know? That's what a husband's for. Stacy, go get Martin. Tell him to go to the corner store and buy everything that you need, including that ice cream that you can't get it until you drive for half an hour. That's what... No. Martin, go pick those wings up. Martin, go pick up those wings. And drinks. It's date night. Don't make her don't piss her off because she's gonna make you sleep in the bathroom. And you don't want to sleep in the bathroom. No. Stacy, you sit here. Stay on the stream. Martin, you go pick it up. He know once you go, like, yeah. Martin will wait for you. We'll be here for another 45 minutes. You can go to the store and come back. If she can walk there, you can drive there. Yeah, see? Martin will go. Stacy, you stay here. Martin will go. You stay here. Have you seen my cousin Jocelyn? He lived next door to you. I'm pretty sure my next door neighbor isn't Jocelyn. I can guarantee you that. So I haven't seen Jocelyn. So yeah, Martin, go ahead. Go ahead. Ooh. What's that taste? Tastes like paper box. It's a little bit fruity. It's like a fruity paper box I just taste. Kind of weird. Weird taste. If he comes back no wings, you can burn down his fridge of cigars. I did not just say that. I did not just say that. That's a sin. We have fun at the bar, drinking and playing pool, but I drink every other night. She doesn't drink often. I'll pick her up. Yeah, go. Go capture some buffaloes, rip the wings off, and bring it home. That's what you need to be doing. Yeah, see, doghouse. She's warning you. She's warning you. Stacy, if he end up staying in the doghouse, he end up staying in the doghouse, make sure to post that picture. I need to see one. All right. Now, Martin, you better get going. You better get going. You better get going. That's because he's afraid that you gotta set fire into his cigars. Go, Martin. You have a cell phone. Keep the cell phone on. Go pick up the wings. Is it cold over there right now? Outside over here is like 20s. It's super cold. You do not want to stay in the doghouse. Do not want to stay in the doghouse. Yeah. So yeah, Michael, what freedom do you think America have? Chinese doesn't have. I'd love to know. I'd love to know because I don't think anybody can actually came out with the actual one where America has it as a freedom, but China doesn't have it as a freedom. And if you decide to say, well, China has the big Great Wall, so you cannot search on the internet for certain things, blah, 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 I can tell you America has the same thing. It's just that the things that they filter, you don't know. You know, they take down websites all the time. And, you know, all those illegal pirating sites and stuff like that, you see a big FBI signs on the website when they take over. They do take over websites and block them. It does happen. We just started some dangerous situation for Martin and Maya. Oh God, that's tough. That's a rough one. I have to say though, in terms of like, you know, easily offended things, America don't have that kind of stuff. Do they censor information? You know, what they consider as censored information is actually the same thing as how we take down fake news. All right. So if the government deems a story to be fake, they will remove it. All right. In a way, it's probably dressing up. Give him some time, Stacy. In a way, I'm okay with taking down a website that has fake information. I'm pretty sure some of you guys would love to do that. You know, love some places do that too, to remove information online that you deem not true, right? You deem not true, and I think the number one thing will be the Tiananmen Square thing. Okay, in China, you literally cannot search for Tiananmen Square. Nothing will come out. Nothing will come out if you search for the Tiananmen Square news. Because, and I know that for sure, because every online news reported that there's a massacre happened in Tiananmen Square, right? Every news reported there's a massive massacre happened in Tiananmen Square. But here's the thing though, I think like only one person died or something like that. That's the truth. That's the truth. You know how I know that? My mother-in-law was there when that happened or something like that. She said she was there. And if you watch the entire video of that tank try to run over that guy with the 2 shopping bag, he didn't run him over. He didn't run him over. So yeah, I will understand why a country will want to censor everything that has to do with Tiananmen Square, because the entire world except China think there's a massacre happened in Tiananmen Square. There isn't one. I don't know how the news reported that, or how that became a history. You know, when you study world history, they actually say massacre Tiananmen Square, but nobody died. We have more people dying like other weird things than Tiananmen Square. Nobody died in Tiananmen Square. So yeah, they do censor that information because they deem that untrue. And literally nobody in China will question that too, because people was there, never saw anybody die. You know, I for the longest time I actually thought it's massacre in Tiananmen Square. Like, and that's how Taiwanese textbook teached. There is a massacre in Tiananmen Square. But there isn't. That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't think they teach that anymore. Like if you teach story, that doesn't happen anymore. So just go, hurry up. Stacy's waiting. Stacy's waiting. You saw a documentary about it. Many people died, but not one country can have a list of who died, because literally nobody died. All right. You might have saw a documentary, but none of those documentary has a picture of people dying in there. Not one. Not one. There's no picture of anybody died. I'm pretty sure you can search for the craziest thing, like back in the day, China before it was actual government, it was dynasty, right? And there's actually a punishment that requires the person to be cut into pieces 1,000 times. All right, you can find picture of that, but you cannot find one news reporter that can actually find people dying or dead body or whatever for Tiananmen Square. Not one, not one. Over there's plenty of news reporter. There's an entire political party that went against the government, but not one person can produce a picture of a dead body. Not one. That's the problem. If you go into a research, because I can tell you that nobody died, because when my mother-in-law said nobody died, I went into research and tried to defeat her. I mean, when it comes to argument, I'll only argue for something that I have facts and truth and something to back it up with. So I absolutely want to beat her in that conversation, right? I went to search. I'm pretty sure if every country say that they have massacre, there must be pictures. I couldn't find one. I could not find one. All right, even Taiwan stopped reporting that as a massacre. Taiwan don't have that information anymore either. So it's not, you know. If I can't find any information on people dying, I can't possibly say that the people died. You know, even though I think that there's a better way to stop people from dying in Tiananmen Square. Like I told you guys before, there are people that came out with the ideas that if you have 5-6 trucks of, like, you know, those fertilizing poop trucks, you know, where they're loaded with poop, just spray them with poop and they're all around. I can't pronounce your name, but Foronen guy, I'm the last person you can call Chinese spy, because I talk shit about China all the time. Okay, I talk shit about China all the time. Anybody in this China will tell you that. I talk shit about China so much. I hate China so bad that when I go there, I leave the next day. All right, that's not a place I want to be, because it's just not a good place. He can call me he can call me Chinese spy all he wants. I mean, obviously I'm not, because I talk shit about them so much. All right, you guys remember the previous few episodes? I talk about Chinese crap all the time. And I don't like China, and I don't think a lot of things they do is good. When Trump put tariffs on them, I was super happy. I was like, that's how he's supposed to do, because I don't think that China should be taking over. So if anybody is for China, it wouldn't be me, because I argue with my mother-in-law so much that I was born in Taiwan. We're like the #1 enemy of China. I think it's our it's a communist nation. The government dictates everything more or less, don't they? That's the thing, though. It is a communist nation, and I don't think the government structure is correct because being able. Thanks for the warning, Martin. Thanks for the warning. Yeah, I don't think that the government structure is correct, especially have no term limit for presidency. That's like asking for a king, right? Because how political structure works is that whoever had the most political power will stay in power, right? There's no way to remove someone that has excessive political power once they have it. That's why dictator country was able to do it, because nobody can remove them. They have no term limit. America has term limit to keep that from happening, right? You build your political power in 4 years and maybe 8 years, and we don't want that to continue, so you cannot continue after 8 years. I think that's totally fair. But for China to say there's no more term limit for presidency, that's a big problem. That's looking to be king. That's sign of dictatorship. That's the bad thing. All right, that's a bad thing. But Chinese people are kind of overprotective of their own country sometimes, and that's usually the problem. For example, that guy was talking about America #1. He's saying that because the #1 chance to sit off a Chinese person. Okay, I don't care what game you play. All right, I don't care what game you play, so long as there's a Chinese person in the game, and if you say if you say Taiwan #1, all the Chinese people have a fit. They go crazy. There was a huge like a video in YouTube. Everybody would play a game, and the first thing they go in, they say it was Taiwan #1. Everybody go crazy. Everybody go crazy. All right, so there's an overly protective bunch about Chinese people, for sure. And is all the Chinese people like that? No, there are some Chinese people who don't care. For one, I don't care. I met you once, dude. Is that legal? Where did you meet me? Where did you meet me? I would love to know where you met me, so. And it's what legal? Everything I do is illegal. So you don't know. Okay. That's too bad. CoinTown Pro Music. Obviously, you didn't meet me. Because if you met me, you know exactly where. We were roommates? Then definitely not. I never had roommates. Even in college, I actually live outside. Rent my own, one-bedroom apartment. So we're definitely not roommates. Hey, say what you want. I can't see the dude's comment. Did he block me? Chances are, I don't know. But that's the thing. You can't block comments when it comes to this, right? So yeah. Hey, Jay Quick, what's going on, man? I'm trying to go through this cigar as quick as I can, so I can smoke the pipe. Oh yeah, okay. So if you have your comments set to top comments, sometimes the boring comment won't show up. If you show your chat to be live comments, then this person will show. But yeah, obviously this guy's a troll, but I was hoping that he come out with something more creative. Because everybody that I know knows that I never had roommates. By second year of college, I was living in my own condo. So it cannot be roommates. I can't have roommates. I have my own condo. No far is gone. So yeah, everybody knows I don't have roommates. What roommates? Unless you're a female, then that's a different story. I don't consider female roommates. I don't consider female roommates. Nothing I can't tell my wife, so it's okay. She knows how I am. But yeah, problem in the country, like I actually thought a lot of time when people is like, hey, you know what, China's gotta take over Taiwan one day, I always tell them that just do it now, stop that argument. That argument is dumb. Just take over, shoot some missiles and destroy the entire Taiwan. I don't care. I'm not there. You know, go over there, take over if you could. The point is that they can't. China cannot go fight a war with Taiwan and expect to just take over. Because literally, if they shoot some missiles to Taiwan, you gotta see a bunch of missiles shooting at China. That's just the way it is, right? And America being the way we are here, if somebody shoot a missile to China, America has a reason to test out some of those missiles. So, yeah. I was thinking that, you know, if they do take over, sure, and then some Taiwanese people can actually run for office and become president of China one day. It's no longer communist government, right? It will be a mixed party government, then you'll be like America. We're not wondering. We're wondering when you're gonna be done. Hurry up, she's waiting. Pictures, well, it didn't happen. Pictures, it didn't happen. Pictures, it didn't happen. Alright. Let me try this particular way of smoking pipe again. Okay? I watched the videos. I learned a couple more ways to fill up a pipe. And I'm gonna try that today. And I really think that there is a difference between the size of the pipe. DP Slurpee. There's a size of, this size different on the pipe. I think that the depth of the pipe does matter, and because how deep this pipe is, it may or may not work. So I'm gonna try that today. All right, I'm leaving a few minutes so I can smoke the pipe. But on this particular cigar, flavorful, expensive is $40 a stick, 39 and change, $40 a stick. Like I said, majority of the money is that box. All right, so if you buy this, you want to buy the box because it's kind of dumb to pay for a box and not, you know, pay $40 because the box costs like $200. It's a lacquer design box, so that's why the cigar costs so much, because you're paying for that box. All right, is it worth it to buy singles? Probably not. Probably not. It's definitely not one of those that you just want to buy a single stick because the price doesn't make sense. Is it strong enough where you just have one cigar today and just not want any more cigar after that? It might be. It could be. It could be a finisher cigar. It's like, you know, that's it for the night. I'm not going to smoke anything because this is strong. If you like strong flavor, strong body cigar, this could be it. Expect a lot of pepper in the beginning. In terms of the fruity flavor, I did taste like a fruity-ish paper box taste. I guess that's why they call it prune, but it's not prune to me. It's just fruity. I just can't tell what fruit is. I eat a lot of prune, well, plum, however you want to call it. But they are not that flavor. But there's spice, there's coffee, there's like dark roasted taste to it. But just... I don't know if I like this particular one as much as I like the Year of the Dog or Year of the Pig. Year of the Pig is more balanced. Hey, Jay Salas. Year of the Pig is definitely more balanced. I think this cigar has more strength and taste. All right. So if you like that buzz with cigars, then this could be it. All right. This could possibly be, but again, $40 stick. You can smoke 4 cigars and get that same buzz, if not more. Right? So I just say this is just like, you know, one of those things. You smoke one time a year and it'll be okay. All right? Unless there's a special reason why you buy the cigar, I really don't see how this cigar is worth that $40 price tag. The burn was wonky. You guys saw it. I had to fix it a few times. The draw is okay. The smoke output is definitely a lot of smoke output. But this is just as intimidating as it looks. And ash obviously falls off. So let's do this. While that's burning, let's try the pipe again. I am determined to be a pipe master. I was smoking the Year of the Rat. The Year of the Rat. Now I'll do the 30-second review once I have my entire box here. This is just one I want to smoke today. I didn't want to wait because I keep thinking about how that tastes like. Eventually, now I taste it. I don't particularly think it's worth $40 unless you buy the entire box. So now let's try the Year of the Rat pipe tobacco again, but this time I will do it right so that, you know, so that Matia Mai don't have to kill me. Let's try this again. Now, this way I saw from the video that Matia Mai has sent me and tell me to watch and all that. I watched a few other ways. Then this way is like, it says to roll off your hands and get it in there. It's gotta be super messy. Oh, it smells so good. The bag's not even open and it smells so good. So we're gonna do this. Looks like my roommate is gone. So let's give that a try. It says put a bunch on the hand and then just roll it off your hand. My hand's tiny though. And just go like this. I'm just doing that right now, just like the guy showed it. So I'm just keep rolling it. He said put more than you need. So I'm doing that right now. My whole hand's gonna smell like this in a minute. I'm just rolling it in, like how they showed it in the video. I'm gonna see if I can get that entire thing in there because it's actually not easy. That's why they showed it. That's how they showed it. Just roll it off your hands and get into the bowl. Oh, shit. Alright. Alright, so now I got it in the bowl. And then he just used the thumb to kind of set it in there. Alright, so now I have it in there. It's a mess. I'm gonna collect these back in the bowl, back in the bag. That looks crazy, yeah. What is it? You train your daughter. I had to go read that. I couldn't read that because when you guys type a lot in one thing, I have trouble seeing it. Okay, so I trained my 16 to better. I sent him to 7-Eleven with my credit card, and he came out with $5 worth of stuff because they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough of what his mother wanted. Just wings. Get the wings. All right. So let's try this again. I'm nervous. Hey, I follow the direction just like the guy said. My hand is all tobacco yellow now. All right. Okay, now let's try it. It's too many steps. It's too many steps. Okay, I tempered it. It's in there. No, it's not gonna stay. It's not staying. That bit my tongue a little bit. All right, this particular time that how I packed it, it tastes sweeter. It tastes sweeter. Use your finger over the bowl like a damper on the wood stove. I tried that, but didn't pack tight enough for sure. So I use that to just press it down a little bit. It tastes sweeter. I am not gonna use my finger to touch the cherry. Because it's still burning. Kinda works. Kinda works. I don't know. Not to cover the bowl with your finger. Use your finger over the bowl to stroke the cherry. But not to touch, not to cover the bowl with your finger. How am I supposed to hold? I don't know. It is sweeter. I can taste more sweetness this time. But I don't know how this is gonna work out. It is still light. Here's the thing though. I don't know how light this is supposed to taste like. Right? But every time I smoke the pipe, it's muted. It's very light. It's very light. But it seems to burn fine right now. It seems to burn fine. Is there any reason why I shouldn't cover the bowl like this? Because I tried it, just did like that. That's how they showed it in the video, but obviously not. It's not packing down enough. But it burns okay right now. I guess that's a step forward. It burns okay. But here's the thing though. It makes a huge mess. It makes a huge mess. Today being the 30th day of this month, I think it's only fair and only natural for me to ask. Ready? Have you paid your rent yet? Tomorrow is the 1st. You better have your rent in the mail. Do you have your rent in the mail? If you don't have your rent in the mail, I'm pretty sure we can work something out. Every time I smoke a pipe, I feel evil. Every time I smoke a pipe, I feel evil. Yeah, I have it put away. I've been trying to learn this. I have the other one put away, so. It seems to burn okay. It does bite my tongue, which people say are normal because you're smoking the smoke directly onto your tongue. So it does kind of bite the tongue a little bit. But I constantly worry that this is gonna get, the fire is gonna go off. It seems to burn better. Seems to be. I don't know. We'll find out when this goes away. The tobacco is relatively wet, yes. Check my phone. Okay, uh-oh. Like that? Dude, that's gonna burn my finger right now. I mean, I can literally see the red when I smoke it. That doesn't do anything. Why don't I just use temper as temper? Why don't I just use this? Is there a reason? Puff at the same time. Is that supposed how I like every time I puff? I'm kind of afraid to burn my finger. I don't want to burn my finger. It doesn't do anything. I can't reach it. Literally, my thumb is not touching it. I can feel the nicotine. I can taste a little bit sweetness. I do taste the fruitiness. But like I said, I don't know how strong it's supposed to be. It should keep it if it's keep going out. So if I keep my finger on it and puff, it will keep it burned. Well, kind of does. Or do you just keep it on there? Okay, had to vent, see chat afterlife. When you send your kids to buy stuff, the fact that he didn't come out with anything else that shouldn't be purchased, you should already feel very proud, okay? Alright? Me and my friend drove his kid to a supermarket, whatever that is. Let's go to the supermarket, like a convenience store. And literally we tell him what to buy and give him 20 bucks, and that thing costs probably $5. He went in while me and his father was chatting. He came back out with nothing on his hand. Okay? And he came out with nothing on his hand. He asked for more money. He said he didn't have enough, even though the thing we asked for is only $5. So he asked for another $20. Went back in there, come back out with all kind of junk food, and forgot to buy the thing that we asked him to buy. So having to buy at least something correct, $5 worth of hot wing, that's still better than nothing. I think he already went out. He went out. Pretty simple. You puff it right near the end of your puff. Take your finger off, and it's only if it's only going out a similar. I don't stroke the cigar. I just relight it. All right, let's try to relight this thing again. This thing. Don't worry, I have 4 boxes of matches right in front of me, just for this. This is tough. This is hard. It definitely burns my tongue. Even though, what I found is the people who smoke pipe don't smell like tobacco at the end. So, if you're at work or something like that and you need to smoke something, pipe might be good, but you gotta go through all that preparation just to be able to smoke it. I almost burned my finger. It was hot. I don't know. This is hard. This is not easy. How do you go through 20 minutes of smoking without going out? It's pretty hard. Retrohale, nothing comes out. Do you guys retrohale for piping? There's no flavor on retrohale. I don't know. Sign the packing and paste your puff. I retro puff all the time. I just retrohaled, but it has no flavor on that retrohale. Gotta let the smoke sit out for 10 minutes before packing. It will eliminate tongue bite. I'll give that a try. I mean, every time I learn something new, this is definitely something new. Now, when it comes to cigars, it's relatively easy. You know, I remember the first time I buy cigars, I have no idea what I'm buying. Even though there's plenty of online places I was looking through, I had no idea to buy. And nowadays, I literally can talk about blends and all that stuff. So, and I didn't think that take that long to learn about cigars. Cigar is actually not a hard one to learn. Pipe is definitely hard. Pipe is definitely hard. There's a huge learning curve. Okay, I taste a little bit mint too. It's weird. Not true. When you smoke for the first time, do you have trouble keeping your cigar lit? When you smoke for the first time, you can smoke through the entire cigar and no problem. Pipe is definitely harder. You don't have to pack your cigar, you know. You just have to cut it, light it, smoke it. It's every little thing in one small package. I had a guy came to my work that smelled like the tobacco I remember as a 5-year-old. But this thing doesn't. It's not the settling smell from cigar. Like the cigar has that smell on your clothes at the end of it, and really strong as compared to this. Pipe down the tongue bite hot water vapor from wet tobacco. Now see, that's something I learned. I thought the pipe tobacco is supposed to be wet. Now when it comes to wet things not burning, I never had the problem with that because you know, it can be wet and still burn. So, but that could be it. That could be it. You might be right. The Japanese tobacco that I have from last time sent over to me, that thing is dry as hell, but it doesn't give me problems. It burns completely every single time. But then again, the Japanese pipe is that the bowl is about 3 puffs or 4 puffs. So you don't have to run into a problem where it doesn't burn. It burns all the way through. Now it's out again. I will give that a try next time. I will keep the thing in the bowl for like 20 minutes to see if it dries up, and then I'll give that a try. Because this is, it went out again. It went out again. But my method will keep going until all the way to the end. The shit I smoke out of the pipe stinks. I smoke heavy Latakia, but it's not aromatic. I don't know. See, I never smoked that part. I have a friend that smokes pipe, and I never smelled the pipe smell of him. So my chat and live is so late. Gotta refresh. Be right back. You don't have to come right back, Martin. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11. It's 11. Now, does pipe tobacco have the same problem relighting 20 minutes later like cigar? Like if you leave it there for like 5 minutes, it's gotta stink the next time you light it up. Does pipe tobacco have the same issue? Can I just scrape the top layer off and then relight it later? I'm gonna see how well it burned, so before I leave. Alright, that's a burn. Those are a burn. So burn, okay. Alright. Nope, there's a bunch in the bottom that wasn't burned. Yeah, there's still a bunch of bottom that's not burned, so. No, I was just taking out the side to see how well it burned. So if I leave this now, come back in 30 minutes and relight it, would it stink? Or would it be okay just the same? That's what I want to find out. It's every time when I smoke it, do I have to finish it all the way to the end? That's the question. Because I don't know. I don't know. Anybody? Because this is out. This is out. It's not even warm. This is. I swear, this smoking pipe is harder than a physics class. It's a science for sure. It's not something that you can easily figure out. You can dump the ash and relight it. So I can leave this till tomorrow and it will be okay. Can I reuse the unfinished portion? Can I repack on top for the unfinished portion? So you can come back the next day and finish a boat, no problem. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave this in here. There's a little bit in there. See that? I'm gonna try to relight it tomorrow and see if that gets better because it will dry overnight, right? We'll see if tomorrow it gets better. So any pipe from Amazon will work, or do I need a specific kind? I think pipe is just a tool, so anything will work, so long as it's a pipe, right? I do know that if it's not a corn pipe, you have to season it, so it will take a little bit harder. He didn't remember, so how long ago did he smoke that thing? What did you smoke yesterday? I don't remember. I think that's a tough one. That's a tough one. My tongue bites. You have water in the bowl, bottom of your bowl, from wet tobacco. It may still bite. But I want to see if it burns better if it's dried. So I'm going to let it dry for tonight and see if I can get it tomorrow. Because if that's the case, then every time before I smoke, I will let some tobacco out drying. He smoked a pipe, but he didn't know what kind of tobacco in the pipe. That's the thing, right? If you smoke a tobacco, how do you not know what you smoke? That's like, what cigar did you smoke this morning and you don't remember? Because it couldn't be that long ago, right? If he smells like it, so whatever he smoked is while he, like before he showered at last. So I don't know how anybody can not know what kind of tobacco is in the pipe, unless it was given to you. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, it's 11. I should go check out my wife, see if she's awake. You know, when you just decide to take a chug down a whiskey, this much whiskey, you gotta pass out. So I want to see if she had a headache or something like that. She should have a hangover by now. Used to smoke. But then, shouldn't he know what he bought? I don't know. That could be a tough question. Alright. So yeah, I will let this dry. And we should end it here because I gotta go check on my wife, see if she has like hangover. You know, you don't just chuck an entire cup of whiskey. Because she's feeling sick and she's like, oh, whiskey is gonna make me feel better. And she just chucked it. So I gotta go check on her, make sure she's okay. And tonight, I think that's pretty much it. There's not much going on except next week. You know, make sure you show up for next week. Next week is gonna be crazy. My question is whether or not to do the entire show on YouTube or on Twitch. Ah, okay. So that's a legitimate reason, I guess. So next week I might just do YouTube. The show might just be on YouTube, and you know, just easier access for everybody, and to be able to join the show and all that stuff. So we might just do that. We might even do simulcast with the Facebook. So yeah, I can make a post, let the Legion vote on it. Everything is voted for the Legion. So yeah, we'll do that. And I might see you guys tomorrow. If I decide to do this scientific test on screen, I might do it. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? Be nice, enjoy the rest of the night. You have one more hour before tomorrow, okay? And I'll see you guys on Facebook. Bye guys.